So if you wouldn't like to be appearing on here, just turn off your camera. So first off, we wanted to go through with introducing our executive board members. And then you can just say your name, your position, your major, where you're from, and something else that you're involved in or a hobby. I can go ahead and get us started. My name is Kamala. I am a senior. I am one of the co-presidents of Eta Sigma Gamma and from Maryland. Something else. Oh, I like to dance. So yeah.
I'll go next. Hi, everyone. I'm Riley. I am the other co-president. I'm also a senior community health major. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and something else I'm involved in is I was a member of the honors program for the Department of Behavioral and Community Health, and I was also a peer educator and step-up educator for Care to Stop Violence. So if you're interested in getting involved with any of those opportunities, you can ask me questions about that, and I'd be happy to answer about them. And then Nicole, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. I'm Nicole. I'm the secretary. This is my senior year. I'm in community health. I'm from Only, Maryland, and I like to play volleyball.
And I think Rithik is on the call.
Yeah, my name is Rithik. I'm a junior in the community health major. I'm from Rockville, Maryland, and I'm the treasurer. And I'm also in the honors program. So I just joined this year.
Nice. So we're missing two of our executive board members, one of them being Sabrina. She's a senior in the behavioral community health major. And she's also from Maryland. And then also we're missing Lizzie, who is a grad student. And I think she's finishing up her second year. And yeah, she was also a behavioral community health major beforehand. But she's been on the board for a while now. So if you have any questions about grad school and things, you can ask her. Okay. So to give you guys a rundown of our semester, we're gonna have 7 GBMs, mostly giving you guys time to work on the health education campaign, so that's not like extra homework or whatever. And then we also have our social events, so everyone to meet up in person, engage with one another. And we are gonna all vote on the frequency and whether we want it to be remote or in person, depending on the type of activity that we have for those events. And then we also are planning to have fundraisers. We strongly encourage you all, if you have any sort of idea, even if it's just like 5 words in a sentence, send it to anyone on the executive board member. The more ideas that we have now, the better. I know, especially with last semesters, one of the fundraisers was kind of last minute, so we didn't have that much time. But I'm sure like if we start brainstorming right now, and plan for something later in the semester around April, we'll have a much better turnout than before. And then we also have our SVH student engagement fair, and that is happening tomorrow. Right, Riley? Yeah, so I think we're also gonna put out a sign up sheet for that. We do need some members to sign up for Slash just to talk about Eta Sigma Gamma. And me and Riley will share with you a document of what you can run down through and say to them. And then I'm not sure, I think Riley will walk through this, but you'll be able to earn a point for that. And then we also have our open house, which is slated for next week this time. So that's the participation for the student engagement for kind of recruiting for people to come out to the open house so they can learn more about Eta Sigma Gamma. And then we also have our big little week for the semester. Again, those are upperclassmen being connected to underclassmen and, forming that bond within the group so that you guys can learn from each other. And then lastly, we have initiation. So being officially initiated into the national organization of Eta Sigma Gamma. So we do have a Google Calendar where you can see all of the events that we have planned, along with the Zoom links for our meetings, and then any virtual events that might be happening. So we'll be sure to drop this also, if not in this Zoom chat, we'll be able to drop it in the GroupMe. And if you, once you log onto your Google Calendar, it will show us ESG Epsilon chapter 21 through 22 for the school year. And if you need to take a quick picture of this GVM schedule, you can go ahead now, but it's also been dropped in the group chat, in the GroupMe, sorry. But all our meetings are being held on Zoom for the semester, 5:30 to 6:30 on Tuesdays, bi-weekly. So as I said, the student engagement fair is tomorrow, Wednesday, February 9th. Sorry. So we have our student engagement fair tomorrow over Zoom from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. And since most of us are in our full-time internship programs, we're not able to really fulfill those hours. So you'll be able to earn a service point for that. And you can sign up on the Google Sheets that will be dropped. And each shift is 30 minutes, so you don't have to stay for a full hour or so. But the more shifts that you can sign up, the better, just so that we can ensure that we're covered for sure. And as I stated, the info cheat sheet will be provided to you. And you're eligible to do this for the point if you've been in ESG for at least one semester. So please try to sign up by 9 a.m. tomorrow, especially with the late notice, so that we can be sure that people will be there to handle it and engage with others for whoever may come by the Zoom. And then our open house is this time next Tuesday, 5:30, 6:30. And we'll be sharing these graphics in the GroupMe as well. So you can post them on your social media and share with others on your stories. And then as for Big Little Week, we'll be using the same Instagram format that we did last semester. And so you just be acting as characters on that story and then engaging with people who might have connected you based on the questions that you were asking. And we'll have this Big Little Week on the week of March 6th. And then Sabrina, our social chair, will be organizing all of that. So she'll send more details as weeks come closer to the week.
So just as a reminder on our point systems for national requirements, there are 4 pillars that you need to earn points in each semester. So that's research, service, advocacy, and education. So you will need 1 point in each of these this semester for a total of 4 points. And you can earn them through completing related tasks for the health education campaign. You can also earn them from participating in select events such as the SPH Fair. So like Pamela mentioned, you can do that shift for one of your service points. And then we also will be sending out more details about specific events later on as well. Yeah, so after we decide on the health education campaign topic, because we will be voting on that topic today, we will then send you a list of activities that count for each pillar. And there will also be a Google Sheet, just like last semester, that will keep track of your points so that you can see where you are at during the semester. So if you did not receive a point in one or more of the areas last semester, you will have to make it up this semester, plus your point for this one. So for example, if you didn't have a service point last semester, you would need to earn 2 this semester. And this, I do know that we do have some new members during this meeting, so I just want to mention that this does not apply to first-time members of Beta Sigma Gamma. So, and also a reminder about initiation. So if you are a community health major, you will need to meet these point requirements in order to be initiated into the national level of Beta Sigma Gamma this semester. So this also applies to those who are initiated last year, because you have to be reinitiated every year. So again, you will need to make sure that you've gotten all of your 8 points by the end of this semester. And also, I do want to clarify, since sometimes it can get a little bit confusing, since we are open to everyone in the School of Public Health. The reason why only community health majors can be initiated is because that's being recognized at the national level of Beta Sigma Gamma. And they do have requirements that you have to be a community health major to be nationally recognized. However, even if you aren't a community health major, you are still a member of our chapter and you're still a member of this honorary and this public fraternity. You just aren't initiated as a national member. So dues will be $20, which is the same as last semester and count for this semester. So please pay them by Monday, March 7th. So you got about a month to pay them. And we'll be also giving you guys reminders as well through the group meet and at meetings. And you can pay them by Venmoing Rithik, who is our treasurer. And we'll also drop his Venmo in the group meet as well, so you guys can have it saved for after the meeting. And if you don't have Venmo and would like to pay using another method, then you can either contact me or Pamela, and we can work that out with you. So we will be voting today via Google Form to decide on the campaign we want to do for this semester. So even though we'll be voting on the topic of the campaign, the population of focus for this topic will be college students, since that's what we have the most access to, being college students ourselves. And so for this semester, we have 2 topic choices. So we have sexually transmitted infections, also known as STIs and STI testing, and substance use and abuse. So to provide a little bit more information about these, like what these projects would kind of look like. So I mentioned before that I am a member of the honors program for the department. So I completed a research thesis on the perceptions of STI testing held by traditionally college-age men here at the University of Maryland. And basically what that means is I looked at why men here between the ages of 18 and 24 choose to be tested or not for STIs. And so I do have both qualitative and quantitative data, as well as literature reviews about this. And if you're not familiar with qualitative and quantitative data, basically I have kind of like survey results as well as interview results from men at the University of Maryland about why they would choose to be tested or not to be tested. So we could use that data when doing our project. And then I also have a lot of other information from literature reviews I did that we can also use when doing a project. So while my research did focus solely on men due to their really low testing rates, women also still have lower rates in the grand scheme of things as well. And so we could also still include them in our project. So I do want to kind of clarify that when we're voting, it wouldn't necessarily just focus on men. So we would kind of let that open to like voting if later on, if we wanted to do both men and women or limit it to just men. So then for substance use and abuse, it would be best to stick to legal or semi-legal substances such as alcohol, marijuana, or caffeine, as it can be more tricky to get involved with topics involving more like illegal drugs, as you know, because you kind of have running into issues where people aren't necessarily going to be as open to talking about it since they don't want to potentially compromise themselves. However, I have done some qualitative research and literature reviews on marijuana at the University of Maryland. So I can also provide some more data on this specific substance as well. So if we did this topic and we wanted to choose marijuana, I also have things I can provide on that. But we wouldn't have to do that. Like I said, we can really, again, vote on which substance we would like to focus on. And I also want to note that really anyone else, if you've done any like class assignments yourself or any of your own research on any of these topic areas, we would also be very open and welcome to you having like and sharing that information with us when developing these projects. So we will also be voting on the frequency of social events as well as the mode of them, so virtual, in person, or both. And this will also be on the same Google form as the health education campaign topic. And then once we have your opinions, we'll make a schedule of events for this semester. We wanted to ask you guys just so that we can make sure that we were optimizing what everyone would actually want to come to. And then we'll also be voting on some initiation stuff. So for those who are community health majors and are able to be initiated nationally, We will be also asking you to vote on the timing and delivery of initiation. So if you'd like it to be virtual or in person or either, and this will also be on the same Google form. So if you aren't a community health major, when you're filling out the Google form, you can just skip that initiation question at the end. And I do want to emphasize that initiation is occurring at the end of this semester. So now it's time to vote. So I will drop the Google form link in the chat and give you guys some time to fill out the form. And then once I see that most everyone has finished filling out the form, we'll move on to the last portion of the meeting. So I just sent it out in the Zoom chat. So again, if everyone could take a minute or two just to start filling that out. That will only, it's like only multiple choice questions, so I don't think it should take anyone that long.